Tonight on The Graveyard Shift, it's Mad Bastards Night. Yes, folks, where would horror movies be without your loose cannon, your psychopath, your lead actor who's a brick short of a load? That's right, genuine nutter Dennis Hopper stars in Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
You never should have been doing this.
That's followed by Shockwaves, where Peter Cushing stars as a Nazi commandant of an underwater army of SAS zombies.
We created the perfect soldier from cheap hoodlums and thugs, in a good number of pathological murderers and sadists as well. We called them the Totenchor, the Death Corps. Creatures more horrible than any you can imagine.
Plus, recognise anyone here? We review the new doco Trekkies, which takes a look at the people who put the fanatical back into fan.
We're going to put a laser beam on the front, so when we're driving on a foggy day, we can shoot like a 1,000-foot beam.
Evening Shifties, I'm Tabitha, and tonight on The Graveyard Shift, we celebrate that horror movie staple, the Mad Bastard. First up, Dennis Hopper is very mad and a real bastard in my first film, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. After that, Peter Cushing stars as an ex-Nazi commandant living on a deserted island with a team of zombie minions who do his bidding in Shockwaves.
You are indeed very stupid.
And, of course, very dead. All of that right after this.
Considers himself a trekker. Trekkie versus trekker. I don't even know what that is.
Okay, feature time on my Mad Bastard Night, and who personifies that role better than Dennis Hopper? He's been mad for action, he's also been mad for drugs, but mostly he's just mad for agreeing to star in the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
You said you were going to do this alone.
I need your help, Missy.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 was made in 1986. It was directed by Tobe Hooper, the man responsible for the first one 12 years prior. Now, I can't decide whether this one is a sequel or a parody of the first. If you're a fan of the original, you'll be pleased to see that Chop Top is back. Despite the fact that he died gruesomely in the first film, here he has only a cranial plate to show for his troubles.
Oh, my brain is burning! Non-flashback! Non-flashback! Oh!
Bill Moseley, what a nut. There are some very silly moments in this film. Here's one of my favourite lines.
You're gonna get in my way. Don't you get in my way.
No, I am already right in the middle of this. This is my chance to stop playing headbanging music and do something real.
Yeah, keep it real, baby. Actor Jim Sider was the only one to return from the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Here, he's the family cook.
No secret, it's the meat. Don't skimp on the meat.
No prizes for guessing what sort of meat he's talking about there. So the Sawyer family has moved into a new house and they continue to terrorise Texas, starting with a dippy radio DJ called Stretch. Thank God for Dennis Hopper, the chainsaw-wielding cop who sets them straight. Go get him, Dennis.
The following program is rated MA.
Viacom.
What a horrible track at the end of that film. Would you believe that Stuart Copeland wrote and sang that? Someone call the police. Danny Elfman also wrote one of the songs in there, but it was performed by Oingo Boingo. Tonight on The Graveyard Shift, we're paying tribute to that important ingredient in horror movies, the Mad Bastard. And where do you go after Dennis Hopper? Well, how about Peter Cushing as a Nazi with a team of zombie slaves in Shockwaves? This was made in Florida in 1977. It was directed by Ken Wiederhorn, who also directed Return of the Living Dead Part 2 and the TV series Freddy's Nightmares and 21 Jump Street. So, a bunch of people get shipwrecked by a crazy old captain. Guess who he is?
Some sailors are more afraid of water than little old ladies are of the dark.
John Carradine has some of the best lines in the movie. The island they wind up being marooned on is populated by a Nazi zombie death corps from World War II. Would you believe it? These Nazis are pretty funny. They strut around underwater looking immaculate and blonde with very dark sunglasses. I tell you, it's like bloody Fashion Week down there. Look out for Luke Halpin. He was in Flipper, but I think he's lost all of his seafaring skills here.
330, northwest, 330 north-northwest. Listen, my friend, what we must have on this boat is accurate navigation.
Here it is, shockwaves.
The following program is rated MA.
Ah yes, the old "it was all a diary" ending. A not so distant cousin of the "I woke up and it was all a dream" ending. Incredibly, that's not the first movie to feature an evil overlord with a team of Nazi zombie minions. No, the first was made by the fabulous Ed Wood Jr. in 1955 and was called The Creature with the Atom Brain. Well, next week on the show, if you clean out your freezer, chances are this is what you'll find rotting at the back.
Next week on The Graveyard Shift.
You ready? For what? Camp Live.
Friday the 13th is someone's lucky day.
Jason's out there.
We skip straight to the sequel for Friday the 13th Part 2.
We'll probably all get a brownie badge to wear if we survive.
The campfire carnage continues with the unmasking of Part 3.
Let your imagination run away with you.
And don't turn your back, because there's more corpses than you can poke a knife at.
I have warned thee.
TFI Friday, next week on Arena's Graveyard Shift.
Fantastic, and why wouldn't you stay home for that? See you then.
The following program is rated MA and